Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to 2023, the month of September. It's going to be a lovely month for you in a lot of ways because you're going to have a kind of glow up and change of direction that has a lot of weight in that career and work part of your sky. You haven't seen this kind of energy really like this since 2016, but you're going to see a lot of it playing out in September. And at the same time, you may find yourself having a long distance romance or a pleasure trip to a foreign land, planning or taking it, that could even bring you in touch with what brings you deep, authentic joy in your life. Look also to the fact that your Lord of your sky, Jupiter, is going to go retrograde. And that's a big deal for you when Jupiter goes backwards, which is starting up this September 4th. So we'll talk about that too. Before we get going and talk about this detailed month ahead, if you're new to my channel and you're seeing me for the very first time, my name is Lori Lothian. I am using the Western Tropical Zodiac and whole sign houses. I love the minor asteroids. I love the minor asteroids. The devil is in the details. If you subscribe to my channel and hit that like button and even dare to hit the notification bell, guess what? You'll know when I put one of my 23 to 24 videos out each month where you can attend in a live premiere with me, chat with me in the chat box, find out what's going on, and have a lot of fun. So consider helping my channel grow and give me a thumbs up, like, and try me out. Subscribe. Now, two quick promotions before we go into the month ahead. My sister is a healer. My younger sister, Nancy, healingwithnancylyn.com. Fall 15 for 15% off any distance healing with her. She's really gifted. She's wonderful. And people call her a miracle worker. If you need some physical healing, then she's a girl to go to, or emotional as well, mental, just the all-purpose everything. And it's a distance sessions done remotely, and she's effective. Check it out below. Promotion ends at the end of September. Second of all, and the code is fall15. And I am also trying to lure you guys to my Patreon community, like we reel you in with three ethical bribes. Come join my Patreon community. Give me a try for as little as $5. You get ad-free early access content like this content you're seeing today. My Patreon community got it before you guys. And it's without the ads. Second of all, you get to see me 1 or 2 times a month for Zoom calls where we talk about the sky together in small, intimate groups. And finally, you get discount codes for sessions with me, etc. Now, if you join during the month, anytime between August 20th and the end of September, I'm giving you my 2023 All Signs videos, regularly $44 for free. That's 60-minute videos for each sign for the forecasts of 2023. I'm giving you my Are You My Person Synastry class, and I'm giving you my Key to Purpose Chiron class. Both of those classes will be taught live at the end of the month of August, but I will be putting them out as replays for you in Patreon for free for joining my Patreon community by the end of September. So think about it. Give me a try. Thanks. Okay, let's get going. Sagittarius. It's really windy here. If you hear I'm hot, even though it's windy. Getting to be like fall in Northern Ontario, Canada, where I'm visiting my sister, the healer. And I'm actually doing the recording in our healing studio, and I've got the laptop set up on our healing bed, and kind of funny. But Sagittarius, let's go back to you. Jupiter is the Lord of your sign. He's also the Lord of the sign for Pisces. I didn't mention this for Pisces, but he is retrograding. I mentioned that. And it's a big deal when he retrogrades. And for you, he's retrograding on September 4th through to December 3rd. So September, we start to see that your number one top dog planet trundle backwards in your 6th house of livelihood and health matters. Now, this can be a time in which you have to go back into your health matters with a new wise, knowledgeable perspective, where September invites you to begin a process of really looking at your wellness stories through the lens of what you need to know. Jupiter, learning, understanding, revealing what you need to know in order to be healthy. At the same time, you're going to find this could also be about bosses or people or in power from former places of employment or work, colleagues, co-workers of power, Jupiter, from the past coming to your life. Now, this is true all the way to December 3rd, but it begins on September 4th. So keep that in mind. It's going to impact a lot of the Sagittariuses as a good thing. I mean, Jupiter does good things for you. So old work opportunities, former colleagues in work situations may return to you, and you may begin to see evidence of that in the month of September. Now, pets and debts and tenancies belong to the 6th house. So hearing from a former tenant, renting a place you used to rent before, finding yourself going back into visit a breeder you've gone to before for another dog because you want a new dog. Jupiter backwards here can also help you move your debt backwards. So when Jupiter was going direct, you might have felt like your debt was increasing, and that would have been true from mid-May. And now he's going to retrograde, he's going inward, but he also can pull back the direction of expenditures if you are increasing your debt load during May through to September 4th. As he retrogrades, you may begin to remove the debt that you have in some way, karmic and real. All right, now, in the month of September, you also might want to know a few other things are happening in your sky. Mars is changing signs and he's moving into your 11th house. Often this looks like conflict with friends or difficult conversations or battles with people that are supposedly your allies, but it's also the eldest sibling or elder sibling. And so you may also have some conflict, battle, or feisty communication with an elder sibling beginning September 4th. And this is Mars, September for August 27th. August 27th, Mars moves into your 11th house, but he'll be there for 6 weeks. And he's in debility in the sign of Libra. He's not in a comfortable place. There's going to be a sweet spot in the sky. I'll be telling you about that in a minute. But it's not, and we'll get to that. Mars moving through here often connects to, like, Mars is cutting, the pruning, removing, slicing, dicing friends. So some friends leave, you have falling outs, they leave town. There's a paring down of your friendship groups and belonging circles, choice, communities of choice. But, a sibling who's elder, but also people who act like a big brother or a big sister, people who favor you are in that 11th house of allies and benefactors. And therefore, you may be finding that you're going to be in a window of very good fortune between September 24th and September 29th, when Venus in Leo talks to Mars in her home sign from the 9th, a foreigner or something with foreign countries, foreign lands, elder sibling or allies and benefactors starts to show up in your life in this September 24th to 29th way, in a positive, flowing, lucky vibration. A sextile is the nature of Venus. A travel opportunity with a friend, a favor or a financial favor from somebody from a foreign country, a opportunity to have some significant financial gain in your career through someone from a foreign shore or because you're traveling to a foreign land. For example, these are just examples. So keep your eye on the ball for that story. Certainly try your best not to have difficult conversations that can cause blowouts with an elder sibling or with a friend, because you could end up losing friends every 2 years when Mars moves through your 11th house. So you can try to play that one with a little more caution. Mars is very passive aggressive here. So passive aggressive friends, you finally get fed up with them, are also possible. I talked earlier when we started this introduction, and I said that there was maybe a changing up energy in your career. There certainly is. Two things are happening at once. Mercury is in your 10th house in the sign of Virgo from July 28th to October 4th. You haven't seen him spend like 2 months there since 2016, same time of year. Go back to 2016. What major changes were you making in your career, in your visible reputation part of your sky? Or what changes were happening, whether you were choosing them or not? Because this month gives us the same story, but this time, unlike then, Jupiter is supporting this. So it's a very nice glow up around work and career. And while Jupiter's retrograde, as I said, former career opportunities returning to you could be exactly what this is. And really taking off then after December 3rd when Jupiter goes direct. Because there's a new beginning and a new moon in Virgo on September the 14th, this really is an auspicious time for a very big new fresh start in the work and career space of your life. Okay. There's just something that really wants to freshen up. If you're a Sag, Sun, Moon, or Rising into the book publishing industry, I should have mentioned Venus is in the house of publications. And that could also be a favor from a friend, allows you to get ingress into an agent, a book publisher, something like that during the month of September. Now, one of the things that I think I really want to draw my attention to for you, so your attention is following mine, is that we don't have Mercury going direct until September 15th. So everything he's doing here from August 23rd to September 15th is a backpedal, okay? And then Jupiter joins him in that backpedal on September 4th. So I would say between September 4th and 15th, this is so much about former colleagues and workers and workspace things, people from your past and work and career situations returning to the narrative to benefit you greatly. Now, Venus will go direct on September 4th. She will have been in the sign of Leo June, July, August, September to early October, a very rare 4-month stay in the sign of Leo. That's your book publications, travel, foreign lands, visas, third marriages, court and legal matters, your spiritual philosophy. And with Venus up here for this long, a lot of you may have engaged in foreign shore travel to enjoy yourself, to find pleasure and enjoyment in that June, July, August, September, October. But being retrograde July 22nd to September 4th could be foreigners from the past coming back to you, etc. But on September 4th, she goes direct. And as she goes direct, she has fresh new momentum. She was in the heart of the sun on August 13th, reborn in your 9th house, and now she's going boom forward. If you're a Sag rising sun or moon, anywhere near 17 to 23 degrees, that was a really big reset button for you August 13th. And now as Venus is going direct, you're so going to be finding good things emerging in your life September the 4th to October the 5th to do with all things 9th house, courts, legal matters, third marriages, book publishing, on and on. Foreign travel, romance from a foreign land, romance with a foreigner, all are possible. Maybe the love of your life, if you are that Sag person in the degrees I just mentioned, approximately 17 to 23 degrees Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. Also, you can think about this Venus placement. It is a Lakshmi house in India. It has to do with wealth, prosperity, and luck. And Venus is a luck goddess. You're just in a very lucky space between September 4th and October 5th as she's moving direct. And there's that lovely glow up that I think I mentioned already, September 24th to 29th between Mars and Venus. I did. So, this is a lucky vibe for you guys. Now we're going to move away from those stories of those planetary directional changes and into some events in terms of chronological order. September 3rd to the 4th, Mercury will trine Jupiter. That's good news, good luck, good news, good luck, whatever. It's all very positive. Mercury, information, news, Jupiter, luck, prosperity, expansion, trine, flow, ease, and grace. September 3rd to 4th. And in your case, this is happening from the 10th house of reputation and career, where all that good stuff is happening with Mercury, to Jupiter in your house of health and work. So it looks like an employment upgrade, a new job, a raise, a promotion, some advancement, some success, a perk, a reward, award, something good is happening. Good news, good information about the work story. September 6th, Mercury will enter the heart of the sun. Join me for my webinar on that coming up. It's free. We're going to deep dive into how to download and harness the sky story there, full of stars and asteroids. And it's a webinar, but it's also a participation in a guided meditation. So you might want to jump in on that. I'll try to put the link to that in the description box. But you can download or harness something important on September 6th from your 10th house of career. It can be an insight about purpose or about the proper path of work, especially if you're a Sag sun, moon, and rising between 10 and 16 degrees of Sag, for the Cazimi is at 13 Virgo. On September 15th to the 18th, the sun will trine Uranus. Now, that's a positive energy. Sun in Virgo, trining Uranus, the god of sudden unexpected developments in your 6th house of health and work, where Jupiter is going to be retrograding. Well, that's like what everything is saying. It's like, what kind of unexpected person from your past, from your work situation, suddenly shows up and offers you some kind of information, news, or goodness in your career space. At the same time, September 15th and 18th, there's a bit of a tension between Venus and Jupiter, the third such square, as she moves to the house of visas and foreign lands and all those 9th house matters, and she has a tiff with Jupiter. Now, because it's two benefics and because basically Jupiter is trying to accommodate Venus by being in her house, Taurus, this can look like just a small glitch around September 15th to 18th regarding the following themes: pets, grandchildren, visas, travel, office politics, Foreigners, women from foreign shores, maybe possibly rental situations. So since Venus exalts your house of real estate, Jupiter in a tenancy situation, a small glitch around property rentals, etc. But it's no big deal. It will pass. On September 20th to 21st, Pluto and the sun form a trine, while also the sun will oppose Neptune. Now, it's a mixed bag, right? When the sun is trining Pluto, this is a very powerful power up, super commander in chief vibe. And it's very positive for you because where Pluto is sitting is your earnings house. So for a lot of you Sagittarius, this is a financial glow up, a super power up connected to your career and reputation space and your earning space. So yes, the raise, the great new job with a great salary. Opposite Neptune, though, that sun in the fourth house, dispelling any kind of foggy delusions, confusions, and uncertainty regarding property, home, land, and real estate. And at the same time, yet you get this money glow up. So maybe it's like, okay, I'll take this job and forget about staying in this, small town where there's no jobs, and your fantasy dream that you could get success in this, like Nowhereville place is coming to an end. For example, just making up a story. On September 29th and 30th, you have Venus in a square to Uranus. At the same time, Mercury is trining Uranus. Well, so let's go about the good stuff first. Mercury, August 23rd or so, tried to come into a trine to Uranus, but could not make it happen. So he refrained from completing the trine August 23rd or so. Now he's going to, around the 29th and 30th, complete the trine to Uranus. Mercury in the house of your career and reputation and purpose, trining Uranus in the house of the work life and the work world and the job. It's wonderful. It's a good, unexpected maybe, or delightful or exhilarating glow up in the work and career and employment part of your sky. And it really is quite lovely because it does have an incredible feeling of flow. Jupiter is benefic and he's there with that Uranus, so feels good. But at the same time, there's a last square of Venus to Uranus. Venus has been squaring Uranus on and off. This is a third pass of this over the, starting in June, or maybe early July, but whenever. It's an ongoing story of tension between the two of them. So when Venus is squaring Uranus, it's money and love surprises usually, but you have to take action and decisions in a very fast way because it's a square. Ninth house, Venus, Uranus in the house of work, things to do with visas, passports, foreign lands, love in a foreign land, travel to foreign land, book publishing, third marriages, court and legal matters, causing friction regarding things to do with livelihood, job, and career stuff, okay? It could just be a minor thing that you're going to fix really quickly because Jupiter is in Venus's house with Uranus, and that's where Uranus is. And so, all said and done, Uranus and Jupiter are trying to please Venus. But be careful, get your ducks in a row. If you need that passport, you need that visa, if you need that travel thingy to be really fine-tuned, and you don't want any disruptions here, 29th and 30th of the month, Sagittarius, this is where you really want to be cautious to have a lot of the eye on the fine print, basically. And I think that's all. So thank you for listening. I'm going to draw a card for you. I did it for every sign except for Pisces. Poor Pisces. But for fun, the Dragon Oracle. I met my sisters. I thought I'd have some fun with some of her Oracle decks. HealingWithNancyLynn.com. Code is fall15 for 15% off her very affordable distance healings. Give her a try. She's amazing. These will book out. These will be filled quickly. And lastly, try my Patreon community. Get all that free stuff. Are You My Person? And the Key, Chiron, the Key to Purpose classes I'll be teaching at the end of August. You'll get the replays for nothing by joining my Patreon community. And that's not the norm. And as well, you can also try the Patreon community and quit. You also get my 23 all signs videos, 12 videos times 60 minutes for nothing, just for giving Patreon a try. I know a lot of you'll come in, try it and leave. I'm okay with that. I hope you'll like what I'm doing over there and want to stay. All right. So I drew the card for you guys. It's called the Avebury Matriarch. These are dragons, right? The Avebury Matriarch. And I'll tell you what it means. It's card number 13. Woo, that's a big number, right? And your message of the month, according to the Dragon Path Oracle, on card number 13 is strength and power to delve deep into your ancestral past and bring healing, following the matriarchal line through the passages of time. Time has come to release the chains that bind the continued pain from your ancestors, passed down from generation to generation, Sag. This makes sense. You have Neptune and Saturn in the house of the ancestors right now. This is an ancient energy she carries connected to the Avebury Henge, the shamanic healing of the ancestors of England. So she guides you to find the best way to heal and leave the pain of your ancestral past behind. Old family wounds only fester on a deeper level if they're not acknowledged and released. They serve you no purpose in your journey right now. Yay, ancestral healing. We didn't do much about that really because Saturn is 3 years in your fourth house, but that is a big ancestral healing transit. All right, thank you everyone. Thanks for being here, Sages. Don't forget, like, subscribe, try me out, hit the bell for notifications.